Welcome aboard, everyone, to the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame Induction Ceremony. I actually just realized I started here in 2003 over on Bishop Street, and then my very first one was 2004, so it's like 20. Every year, I'm honored to be back. Good afternoon, new inductees, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame, we welcome everyone to the annual induction ceremony. As we gather in this place to honor these inductees, we remember with gratitude that we live, work, and exist on the lands that are the traditional territories of the Neutral, the Anishinaabe, and the Haudenosaunee peoples. We gather on Halton Tract, the land promised to the Six Nations that includes 6 miles on each side of the Grand River. May we live with respect on this land and in peace and friendship with its people. The 8 inductees we are honoring today bring the total number of inductees to 215 since the Hall's inception in 1996. First, I would like to introduce our honored guests and the 2024 inductees. We'll start with Cambridge Mayor Jan Liggett, Doug Craig, Waterloo Region Councillor, Cambridge MP Brian May, South Kitchener-Hespeler MP Valerie Bradford, Waterloo Regional Councillor Pam Wolf, and City of Cambridge Councillor Ross Earnshaw. And of course, our inductees. Jackie Brown, who will be represented by her husband Scott Renton, Jen Godette and Jackie Godette, who will actually come up together to make their speech. Tommy Burns, represented by Dave Maneri, Melinda Kuniga and Lyndon Johnson, Denise Benning and Lyndon Johnson, Becky Goff and Mark Rawson, Bill Bauer, presented by his stepdaughter, Jenny Drysdale McClellan, and of course, everybody knows our Dave Maneri is going into the hall this year. Before we begin, I would ask all previous inductees, if you're in attendance, of course, you'd be hearing this, to please stand and be recognized. And ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a great round of applause, our honored guests and both the new and old inductees. By the way, this year I will be leaning into the microphone because I'm a little taller than some people, and last year we had to keep adjusting, so we wanted to avoid some feedback. I now call upon Gary Hedges, Chair of the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame, to say a few words.
The mission of the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame is faithfully carried out by a dedicated group of long-serving volunteers. I saw everybody talking to our people over there, and you've known a lot of these guys for an awful long time. The Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame is a registered charity. We encourage and appreciate donations and in-kind contributions. And these go to help pay our ongoing costs in maintaining our display here. I saw everybody meandering through and having a good look at it. And we maintain our 7,000 plus archives at the Kim Camden Center owned by the City of Cambridge. And it's to also to operate our annual induction ceremony here and provide scholarships to graduating high school students from the 8 high schools in the community. And these are chosen based on scholarship, leadership, and athletics. And again this year we will provide a $1,000 scholarship for 1 student from each of the 8 high schools. And 2 of those 8 students will each receive an additional $5,000 scholarship from the Bob Cunningham Foundation. And in our display over here, the first booth behind to the right is the more detail on Bob Cunningham, who was my Galt's League, there's probably some doors here, better be careful. Galt's League softball coach. And we won 5 Ontario championships way back when, I believe it's way back. So our 2 annual fundraisers are the reunion golf tournament, May 25th at Brookfield. And again this year it will feature Kelly Grundy, the women's world long drive champion, hitting golf balls for charity. And there's some documents over there in case you are interested that you can possibly sign up. And you also saw people buying for our NHL sweater draw, and this year's Mitch Martin, and that draw will be at the golf tournament. We'd like to thank the Cambridge Bingo Center for their ongoing and generous and kind support. We'd like to thank Moorguard for allowing us to house our Sports Hall of Fame at the Cambridge Center. We'd like to thank Dave Nary and Jim Cox from the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame for their time and effort in preparing plaques, programs, and displays. Doc Schley for his postings on our social media outlets. Doug Hussey for all his work here and at the Kid in Canada Archives. Gwen Peterson for all her help and support at the bingo and 50-50 draws. Al Robertson and his wife Linda for our inductee displays. And then Bob Howison, Dave Willett, Paul Ross, and John Rothwell for the work in planning and presenting this event. And thank you to those who attended this year's ceremony. And you can follow us at the CambridgeSHF.com or on Twitter or on Facebook. And last but not least, see where he is, we want to thank Daryl Law. We were talking before, and he said this is his 20th year of doing this. So we want to thank him for his continued and dedicated efforts in emceeing our annual event. I'll turn it back to Daryl. Thank you.
I now call, oh boy, I got loud all of a sudden. Woo. I'll stand, how about I stand back there better? I now call upon Mayor Jan Liggett to bring her greetings.
Good afternoon, past, present, and future Cambridge athletes and proud friends and family. I am happy to be here today on behalf of the City of Cambridge and the Office of Mayor and Council. Thank you for sharing your day where we may celebrate your achievements with you. To reach this level of professionalism, I know that you have made a lot of sacrifices. Being a top athlete means long training sessions which are often grueling on the body. You likely missed more than one friend's and family's event because you were busy honing your craft. For some of you, being involved in sports may have changed your destiny in life for the better by giving you a greater purpose. And I really want to congratulate the coaches, the organizing leaders of the different sports, because if it wasn't for them, we would have maybe some members of this audience and on the stage who would have had a different direction in their life if it wasn't for those people. So your achievements are also their achievements. So when I say that being involved in sports may have changed your destiny in life for the better by giving you a greater purpose, I can say that from personal experience. If it wasn't for the sports in my life would have gone in a different direction. This induction places you among our city's other 205 accomplished athletes in the Hall of Fame. This says a lot about your dedication to your sports. And it also speaks to the culture of excellence and sportsmanship which we have in Cambridge. That makes me extremely proud. In my many years in this city, there are many of you who I've watched over the years, and I've paid attention to you, and I'm so proud to be the mayor in the city in which you live and have done your sports. I hope being inducted in the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame fills you with an immense sense of accomplishments and joy, and thank you for making your community, our community, so proud. So, congratulations.
Liggett. I now call upon Councillor Pam Wolf to bring in greetings from the region of Waterloo Council.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to be here on behalf of the Waterloo Regional Council to celebrate the 2024 inductees to the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame. A warm welcome to the inductees and their families who were able to be here for this special day. I would also like to recognize the inductees for this year who are no longer with us, but who leave behind a legacy in their sport. Today's inductees are a testament to the talent and dedication of athletes and builders who have contributed to the rich sporting heritage of Cambridge. From Canada's only world heavyweight champion to the author and historian who helped found the Hall of Fame, there are so many achievements among all of you. You are role models for us all with your passion, perseverance, and commitment to your field. Even after years of competing at the provincial, national, and world level, many of you continued coaching and serving in roles related to your sport. You are inspiring young athletes to overcome adversity and pursue their dreams and aspirations. Sports profoundly impacts our communities and shapes our culture. Not only does it promote physical health and wellness, it fosters social connections and promotes cultural values. It is important to keep the achievements and experiences of our athletes alive. I am grateful to the Hall of Fame for dedicating this space to that and for continuing to devote your time to preserving our history. This space is more than a showcase for artifacts. It is a living tribute. It enables us to gain a deeper appreciation for the athletes, builders, and events that shape the world of sports. So, congratulations to the newest inductees. I would like to later present each of you with a certificate of appreciation for your achievements and your work in celebrating and promoting sports in our community. Thank you.
And now I would like to call on Cambridge MP Brian May to bring his greetings. He's got to come all the way around.
Thank you, Daryl. Thank you all for being here today. It's an honor and a privilege to be with you. This event has always been a very special one in my heart. It is just incredible to see such a phenomenal turnout. I was reflecting today about this event and some of the past recipients and the work that's being done. And I'll share a quick story with you. So my first job out of university was working for the Leafs and the Raptors. I was there from 99 to 2001. And don't worry, I wasn't their starting center. But I had the opportunity when I was in community relations to do a lot of interviews with the athletes, with both the basketball players, the hockey players, and the coaching staffs. And just to get a sense of who they were. We were doing a number of marketing materials, talking a little bit more deeply about who they were, not just the stats on the page. And every single one of them had a story about their hometown and about the support that surrounded them in their hometown. And that there was always an individual that inspired them. There was always an individual that was always there to push them and drive them. And to see all of you here today that helped the people that are on this stage get here is really quite remarkable. And I want to just give a shout out to the incredible team at the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame and the work that they do to put this together and each and every day to keep this display up to date and something that people can be drawn to. And I just want to thank them. And there is an opportunity for you to dig deep today and give to support them in their efforts. And of course, we saw the Mitch Marner jersey, and let's all hope that the golf tournament in which that will be given out is the only thing that Mitch Marner is associated with golf for the next little while. Fingers crossed for the Leafs tonight. Go Leafs, go. Congratulations to everybody on the stage. Thanks for having me here today.
Thank you, Brian. Now it is my esteemed pleasure to recognize the following individuals and teams. Jacqueline Brown, also known as Downtown Brown by the press, began skiing at 18 months old and took up figure skating at the age of 3. She grew her love of freestyle skiing and displayed her obvious talent at Holiday Valley in Ellicottville, New York. She won 4 medals, including gold at the Canadian National Junior Freestyle event in 2002. And she had many other successes. She retired in 2012 and started coaching freestyle skiing with Crystal Lee. She was diagnosed with cancer in February 2019 and passed away on February 1st, 2021. The Freestyle Canada Women in Coaching Bursary was named in her loving memory. She made a lasting impact as a skier and coach, but more importantly, as that rare individual who inspires others. Welcome to the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame class of 2024, Jacqueline Brown, and I now ask Jackie's husband, Scott, to accept on her behalf.
I've thought a lot about what I want to say today, and really what I keep coming back to is what Jackie would say. And she would congratulate the other inductees, and she would thank all the people that came to support her, especially her mom and her dad. Without them, there is no Jackie Brown. Without my mom and dad, there's no me, and there's no Jackie Brown. There's so many faces that I see that I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys later today and be able to speak one-on-one. I've got someone with me right now, Crystal, that I really don't think I would be able to be up here without her. What made Jackie so amazing, so special, it's not the medals and the accomplishments, it's actually the failure and disappointments. Jackie was always the same person no matter what, and she encouraged others even when things didn't look so good for her, skiing, life, whatever it was. And that's probably the biggest lesson beside just being present and grateful. Jackie loved skiing, but what she loved was her friends, her family, the opportunity to travel and experience things and get the best out of every day, every moment. And for me, I didn't know Jackie when she skied competitively. I met her when she retired, and it was a serious disappointment. She had to transition to a normal life. And little did I know that the friendship that she already had and was growing with Crystal through skiing, so still within the sport. Even though Jackie was busy, she was going back to school, she was with me, she was traveling, she was looking to start a career, go to school. She knew she had to give back to skiing, and she did with Crystal. And little did I know how much I would need Crystal over these last 3, 4, or 5 years. Jackie gave me a lot of gifts, but she gave me a lot of friends, family. But Crystal was my sister, and I just want to take the opportunity to thank you because I know Jackie as well. So I'm going to give Crystal some strength here and let her say what she wants to say. She has an announcement that some of us, we were aware of before, and it was just mentioned here a few moments ago, but I'd like to just give the floor to Crystal to have the final words on that.
I guess to add on Jackie's athletic career, I had the fortune and the pleasure of starting our coaching careers together. And we didn't know what we were doing when we started. But it was pretty incredible figuring it out together. And she was calm in the storm. was our top coach, so she would spend time with the athletes at the top before they went down for their runs. And she cut them out when they needed the energy, and she calmed them down when they didn't need as much. Incredible. And a beautiful person all the way around. So, Freestyle Canada this year created a bursary in her honor. And it's the Women in Coaching bursary that will keep her legacy as a sport alive, because she really did. She paid it forward, and she did it with such grace.
So I said I was going to give Crystal the final word, but I have to mention one thing. So Jackie was born in Chatham, and Peter and Donna had brought the family to Cambridge not long after she was born. So she grew up in Westgall. She went to school in Westgall. She figure skated in Preston at the Preston Figure Skating. But she picked Hesper as a home, and it was her favorite part of the city. So I just wanted to
all the inductees, we are going to be handing out your awards at the end of the ceremony. It'll all be up here, so get your photo ops and everybody gets a picture and smile. All right, this is going to be a twofer. Jackie Goodette has excelled in ringette, representing the Cambridge Turbos regionally, provincially, nationally, and internationally. She has an impressive record, winning 10 gold, 5 silver, and 8 bronze medals in 26 consecutive championships. Goodette has played at the National Ringette League since its inception in 2003, winning many awards during that time, including 5-time MVP and top scorer in 2014. She became a World Ringette champion and is a 6-time forward on the women's national team, playing at all skating positions. She was a member of the under-19 bench staff, where the team won silver in 2009 and gold in 2012. Jennifer Goodette's winning record, well, that started early when she won her first provincial championship with the Cambridge Turbos in 1992 in the U12 division. She won 21 national championship medals in total, including 12 gold, 6 silver, and 3 bronze over 35 years of playing ringette. Goodette played for Team Canada, winning gold at the World Championships in 2002 and silver in 2004, 2007, and 2010. She was also named MVP of the National Ringette League in 2007, and she coached the under-19 team to a gold medal at the World Championship in 2012. Jacqueline and Jennifer Goodette are both being welcomed into the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame class of 2024, and Jackie and Jen have asked to accept their induction together.
Today, we stand before you with hearts brimming with gratitude and spirits uplifted by the incredible support we've received from the City of Cambridge. It's an honor to be accepted into the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame besides these very talented and accomplished athletes. Congratulations. We would like to say a special thank you to John Rothwell, Dave Masonary, and Jim Cox, and the other members of the committee for advocating for us, for putting together such a wonderful event, and for continuing to recognize the amazing athletic community we have in Cambridge.
We want to extend our deepest appreciation to our parents, Glenn and Gloria. Your unwavering support has been the cornerstone of our success. In the beginning, you drove us to all of our practices, training sessions, and games, no matter what time or location. And you continue, as we're still playing, to cheer for us at every game and gave us countless messages of encouragement. You are our biggest fans, and your support has propelled us forward through every challenge and triumph.
Our dad, Glenn, also coached us for most of our career, and we want to thank him for his tireless commitment. Dad, your passion for sports and unwavering dedication have inspired us to push the boundaries of our potential, both on and off the ice. Your selfless efforts have not only shaped us as athletes, but as individuals of character and integrity.
We would also like to express our gratitude to our teammates, especially our fellow Cambridge Turbos. They were the heartbeat of our community, and their camaraderie, resilience, and sportsmanship have enriched our lives in ways that words cannot capture. Together, we shared triumphs, endured setbacks, and forged bonds that transcend competition. These people hold a special place in our heart and are not just old teammates, but friends that will be had for life.
And thank you to the City of Cambridge. We are so grateful to have grown up in a community that supports their local athletes. From the training facilities, to media coverage and bursaries, to the multitude of athletics available to youth in the region, each facet has helped us immensely on our ringette and athletic journey.
Being inducted into our city's Hall of Fame is a great honor which belongs not just to us, but to each and every individual who has played a part in our ringette career. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for believing in us, cheering for us, and standing by us every step of the way.
Melinda Kuhnhage and her pairs partner, Lyndon Johnson, were highly successful figure skaters both in Canada and internationally. They won several competitions, including the Prague Skate Championship and the Grand Prix International Saint-Gervais event in France. Pronounce that right? Tell them to go back. They also won 3 Canadian championships and a silver medal at the Nebelhorn Trophy competition. Despite Melinda retiring in 1985, their achievements together were remarkable, and they are now being welcomed into the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame, Class of 2024, Melinda Kuhnhage and Lyndon Johnson.
So we were discussing in the back hallway that with the amount of skaters that are being inducted this year, that we would like just to have Becky do all the speaking for us because she's so excited in front of people. So come on, Becky. No, I'm just kidding. I'm very honored. I'm humbled as well as honored to be here today. Melinda and I come from 2 different parts of the country. Me from Manitoba, Melinda from Burlington, and we just seemed to click. It was a really special 5 years of my entire life. It must be something in the water in Cambridge. We as athletes just be. We are the ones that it's something we love to do, but it clearly is something here in Cambridge, whether it be the water or the coaching or the community itself that brings all these athletes that are now being here in the Hall of Fame together from all across the country. It really is a special thing for us to be a part of the Cambridge community. Then as we were athletes and now as adults, some of us still coaching, and it's really, truly an honor to be here today to be inducted.
Well, what he said. I've always been the quiet one. As a matter of fact, at one point during our training, Ruben came to me and said, you know, all the pair boys are jealous of me. And I said, what do you mean? And he says, well, all of their partners argue with them all the time, and you never say a word. You I just tell you what we're going to work on and you nod and we go do it. So I think he actually one day counted the number of words that I said in the entire day. Do you remember what it was?
100%. It was under 10.
So I'm not the one to give the long speech, but thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to be among such great inductees this year in the class of 2024. I appreciate and thank everyone that contributed to our journey, particularly our coaches and our parents. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Linda, don't get too comfortable. Denise Benning and Lyndon Johnson were a highly successful figure skating pair in the 1970s and 1980s. They won bronze at the NHK Trophy in Japan and the Skate Canada International. And they took silver at the Skate America competition and the St. Abel International. They were also three-time medalists in Canadian National Championships. Although they finished 5th in 3 consecutive World Championships, they were the top Canadian team at the Sarajevo Olympics, where they finished 6th. Now they are being welcomed into the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame class of 2024 as one of the best figure skating pairs teams Canada has ever produced. Denise Benning and, again, Lyndon Johnson are being welcomed into the Cambridge Sports Hall class of 2024.
So great to be here today. Thank you very much. I just want to thank everyone involved in this incredible day and for being invited to be a part of this Sports Hall of Fame. I started coming to the Preston Figure Skating Club when I was 14, and I retired around 21 years of age. And so I spent my formative years here in Cambridge. And when I think about what was the greatest thing that I got from here, I think it was the experience of friendship and community with the skating community. There was something really special about the Preston Figure Skating Club, and if you were a pair skater in the 80s, this was the place to be. And I know that the tradition continues with some of the alumni that are continuing that tradition here for figure skating. And so, I used to get asked, because I was traveling a lot and doing a lot with figure skating, and it's like, did you miss your high school years and all of that? Because I was in Windsor, and I'd get on the train every weekend, and I'd come here and we'd skate and stay with a wonderful Cambridge family, and I'd go home and go back to school. And I didn't miss anything because it was all right here. It was right here with the wonderful people that I grew up with. We trained together, we competed against each other. We were family, and I think we can still probably consider ourselves family. We did so much lovely reminiscing today, telling you old stories about the crazy Preston carnivals and all of the training time that we did together and all of the travels. And so I just want you to know that Cambridge will always be in my heart. And so thank you very much.
You don't really want to hear me talk anymore, but Denise is absolutely right. Last year, Preston Ice Show had their 60th anniversary, which, again, we were able to reminisce, told some amazing stories. We laughed, we cried, and I don't know about you, but the older I get, the more emotional I get. So I have to either stop getting older or stop talking, because there are times when I just tear up, and I just again want to thank everyone for coming today. Great opportunities to talk with fellow inductees as well as my former partners and as well as friends. So thank you.
Okay, now it's official. Lyndon, you can relax. Tommy Burns was born Noah Brusso to Frederick and Sophia Brusso, the shortest heavyweight champion in history, standing at just 5'7". He fought under the name Tommy Burns, so his mother would know that he was boxing. Sneaky, huh? Despite his success in boxing, Burns also participated in other sports, including skating and lacrosse. He was offered a position on the Galt lacrosse team for $25 a game, and he accepted. During a game in Drumbo, he fought a tough competitor, which was observed by Chris Schultz, who ran a boxing club in Hespeler. Burns joined the club and began an outstanding boxing career. He won his first heavyweight title in 1906 and ruled the division until 1908. Burns was ranked among the best boxers of all time before he finished his career. Toronto Star sports writer Bill Donnell wrote that he was almost certainly, pound for pound, the best heavyweight champion of the 20th century. Tommy Burns is being welcomed into the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame class of 2024 and accepting on his behalf Dave Maneri.
We couldn't find any family members of Tommy Burns, but years ago when I was doing research on a story about Tommy Burns, I was able to find some people. There was one living down in Port Dover, another out in New Dundee. There must be some around, but in any case, because they're not here today, I'm just accepting this. As Daryl said, Tommy Burns was one of the great all-time boxers. He wasn't really a heavyweight, but he fought in the heavyweight division. And he's the one that lost the championship to Jack Johnson, who became the first black boxer to win the heavyweight championship of the world. And it was only because Tommy Burns gave him that opportunity. Nobody else would give him that opportunity prior to Tommy Burns. Tommy Burns had connections with Galt, Preston, and Hespeler. He had really integral connections with all of them. If you go to the Preston Cemetery today, there are a lot of Brussos there. His mother's buried there. And I'll just leave you with this one little anecdote about Tommy Burns. He came back after winning the heavyweight championship of the world. He came back and gave a talk down at the Galt YMCA to a bunch of young kids. And he had moving pictures, which were pretty unique for that period of time. And he showed the moving pictures. And then afterwards, he had this big red car. He drove out Cedar Creek Road, out Highway 97, past Southwood, which of course wasn't there then. And he kept going, he was going out over the bridge over the railway tracks near where the 401 is now. And the bridge had just been set in concrete. So the concrete, there were barricades up, don't go across the bridge. He stopped in at the farmer, who was an ancestor of Wally Lake. And he said, "Why are the barricades up?" And he said, "Well, they just set the bridge a couple days ago. They don't want anybody driving across it." So he said, "Well, I'm Tommy Burns. I'm the heavyweight champion of the world, and I'm going to be the first guy that crosses this bridge." And he took off the barricades, and he drove his red car across. So there's a little bit of a history about a bridge and Tommy Burns. Anyway, we're delighted to have him in the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame. It's such a great story, and he did have that local connection with all three of our communities. And I'm sure that if Tommy were here, he'd say thank you very much.
Becky Goff and Mark Rossman started their journey in 1978 as novice figure skaters, finishing second at the Canadian Novice Championship. In 1979, they won a silver medal at the Canadian Junior Pairs Championship and a bronze medal at the World Junior Pairs Championship. The following year, 1980, they became the Canadian Junior Pairs Figure Skating Champions, finishing first on all judges' cards in both compulsory and free skating programs. They also competed in the Canadian National Pairs Championship that same year. Within 2 years, they had moved up and were ranked third nationally among seniors. Goff and Rossum were nominated for the Cambridge Tim Thoreau Athlete of the Year Award in 1981. Goff, who was then a 16-year-old student at Glenview Park Secondary School, always had a passion for coaching, which she pursued after her skating career. Rossum was in his second year of studies at the University of Waterloo, aspiring to a career in classical music. Becky Goff and Mark Rossum are being welcomed into the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame class of 2024.
Thank you. Okay, so I think Lyndon pointed out that Becky's a bit shy in front of people, okay? Now, shy people are often associated with really nice people, but I heard recently a story from Mrs. Beatty, who worked with Mary Hartridge, who is here, that one night Mary was giving a lesson on axle jumps, and all the little girls were going around splat, 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 all over the place. She had given her lecture on spiraling edge and releasing the ankle at the appropriate moment, and yet they were going splat, splat, splat. So she said, okay, you girls are not going home until you land your axle. So Becky says, okay, thank you and good night. Goes out, lands her axle first thing, and skates off the ice. That was exactly from Mrs. Baby. So later on, I met her. This was before I met her. So I saw her skating one day, and Mr. Leach said, well, would you like to try out skating with her? Sure. Nobody mentioned that she actually could skate faster than anyone else in the entire arena at the age of 11. So we were going around one time, we did our long program, and I was just totally exhausted. Mr. Leach says, Mark, why does it look like you're getting dragged around the arena by an 11-year-old girl? So I said, well, actually, you know, when I'm in the lead, she's pushing me around the arena. So, anyway, she was always somehow making me look bad, but we got along pretty well anyway. But recently I did learn something from her as well. If you're running low on beer, you just don't rinse the glasses, right? So then when you take the sparkling water and you pour it into the glass, the soap residue foams up, and you can hand it to the person and say, would you like a beer? Anyway, we had a lot of fun when we skated, and it's so lovely to be honored by the city of Cambridge and to be part of the 2024 crew. Thank you.
I would just like to say thank you. I had grown up in Cambridge. I went to school here. I was fortunate enough to be able to train here and also coach here for 25 plus years. So I just want to thank everybody from the organizing committee for thinking of us and inducting us, and congratulations to everybody else. Thank you.
Bill Bauer was posthumously recognized in 2007 for his years of dedication in sports in Cambridge and with the Donna Benito Sports Contributor Award. Bauer began coaching the first Preston Teams girl in Preston's, formerly Preston Softball Association, while he was still in his late 20s and became the president of the association in 1977. In 1980, Bauer and John Rothwell joined forces and amalgamated their two small teams to form the first ever Cambridge Girls Softball team and the Cambridge Girls Softball Association, which became the foundation of one of the first major associations for girls sport in the country. Bauer wrote coaching manuals for each house league level, from basic to more in-depth coaching as the players move forward to higher levels. He coached many travel teams and coached teams in Can-Am Games for 10 years. Bauer was also a longtime member of the Preston Scout House Band and a high-level instructor for the OASA and the PWSA associations. He facilitated coaching clinics across the province. Shortly after he passed away in 2003, his years of dedication and coaching were recognized with a memorial rock located between the Preston Kinsman Diamond and Riverside Park. Bill Bauer was one of the few who not only helped develop the sport of girls softball, but he also touched the hearts of those he coached and worked with. Bill Bauer is being welcomed into the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame class of 2024, and his stepdaughter Jenny Drysdale McClellan will accept on his behalf.
be inducted into the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame. At this time, we would like to say thank you to John Rothwell, Jim Cox, the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame for this opportunity today, and congratulations to the 2024 inductees. For those of you that had the pleasure of meeting Bill or crossing paths with him, would have known his passion for sports. Bill was very involved in Cambridge Girls Softball Association for many years. He began his journey with Cambridge Girls by volunteering as a house league coach. With his commitment, his loyalty, and passion for the game, he became very involved with the association and was president of Cambridge Girls for many years. Throughout his years of volunteering, Bill coached 3 separate age groups of competitive travel ball. The first 2 age groups, which he coached, involved coaching his daughters and myself until the end of our baseball careers. At this point in Bill's coaching career, he wasn't ready to retire his coaching shirt. He decided third time is a charm, making a commitment to continue teaching a group of young girls the skills, sportsmanship, and love for the game. Keeping in mind, this team of young girls had no daughters of his own. These girls played, learned, and grew with Bill as a team and looked up to him as family. With learning the skills of this game, each of our teams over the years had the opportunity of winning some, losing some, participating in out-of-town tournaments, hosting Cambridge tournaments, played well enough to place a spot in provincials, and also had the opportunity to participate in the Canada Games for many years. Standing here today before all of you and the Sports Hall of Fame, I know my stepdad would be standing here proud with a big smile. He would have turned to his great friend, John Rothwell, and say, "Thank you, John, for this award. However, this award could be presented to another individual in our community." Bill was unselfish, he was big-hearted, a loving man who wanted to do the most for his community and wanted to see others awarded for their contributions and commitment. My stepdad today would have accepted this award in great honor and pride. In closing, Bill loved to sip scotch on the rocks and watch a good round of the Masters golf game, cheer on the Buffalo Bills, take on a little Blue Jay fun, but most of all, along with many of us, he was a die-hard Leafs fan. After the Leafs would lose in playoffs, he would take a sip of his scotch, shake his head, and with that little grin we all loved, he would say, "Oh well, there's always next year." Go Leafs, go! Thank you again for this honorable memory of the induction to the Sports Hall of Fame for Bill Bauer. The name I am so proud to call my stepdad and my best friend. Let's remember this moment as a great day and memory of a great man.
About tonight? Okay. Anyone nervous about tonight? Yeah. Oh, we got a Bruins fan out there somewhere, I'm sure. Dave Maneri played various sports in high school and university, but it was his contributions as a volunteer, historian, and an author that had a positive impact on the sports community here in Cambridge. He coached minor baseball, was a member of the Can-Am Games Committee, and was one of the founding fathers of the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame. Maneri served as communications chair for the World Short Track Speed Skating Championship that was held at Historic Memorial Arena. Maneri's career as a historian and author, correct my English here, it began when he worked as a sports writer for the Galt Reporter and the Cambridge Times. He has written several books related to sports, including Terrier Town, 1949, which won honorable mention at the Forward Magazine Book of the Year Awards held in Chicago in 2004. Maneri's other books include The River and the Railroad, the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame book, Gordie Howe, Brothers of the Wind, Great Trees of Canada, and he hopes to finish his latest book titled The 100th History of the Galt Arena soon. Maneri remains an invaluable asset to the city of Cambridge and those he works with. Gabe Maneri is being welcomed into the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame class of 2024, and I am proud to also call him a friend. Gabe.
Thank you very much, Daryl, for those kind words, and thank you to the committee, and thank you to everybody here on the stage, and the fellow inductees. It's really been a moving ceremony today, and I'm just honored to be here. Thank you to all the dignitaries, but thank you also to everybody here in the audience and to the people of Cambridge. I just wanted to share with you how the Sports Hall of Fame, how we started it, and where we are now briefly. And Gary was just looking at his watch there thinking, oh no, not that, I'm just kidding. Years ago, back around 1990, there was a preliminary meeting, and it was at Al Finley's house, and this was before the Sports Hall of Fame started. But there was talk about, and there were several people there, Don Book was there, and a whole bunch of other people, to talk about how we could establish some sort of a Sports Hall of Fame. Nothing ever materialized from that point, but that set a seed in motion. And several years later, about 1995 or 6, I was on the Living Levee downtown on a beautiful morning like today, and I bumped into Jim King, who was then, I think, the Commissioner of Community Services. And I said, Jim, we need a place where we can put artifacts and on display and memorabilia and just tell the story of sport in Cambridge. And he said, well, Dave, if you form a committee, we'll give you we're just renovating the old arena, we'll give you the lounge up there, and you can start there. And so the first two people I called, of course, were Al Finley, Big Al, and Cam Allen, who had just retired, and I knew he would have some time. And there couldn't have been two greater people to help with this. So we started, we invited the committee, some of whom are still here on the committee almost 30 years later. And I can't name everybody. We've had almost 50 people on our committee over the almost 30 years we've had it. The Sports Hall of Fame started at that time, and I always remember that it coincided with the birth of my son Eric. Evan was about 5 at the time, and Eric had just been born, and so he's about the same age as the Sports Hall of Fame in my mind. And one of the things I always like to do on the first Saturday in May was go to the Kentucky Derby. I've never bet on a horse race. I don't really know how to bet on it, but I had in mind to write a book about Secretary's last race, which was in Toronto. And so I've been interested in horse races because of that. And I used to go every Kentucky Derby. Kentucky was beautiful in the spring and so forth. But the committee that I helped start decided to have the induction ceremony on the first Saturday in May, which is why we're here today, and which is why I've never been back to another Kentucky Derby in all these years. And so I hope to go someday, but in any case, Cambridge is beautiful on the first Saturday in May as well, as we can see. We started the Sports Hall of Fame because with all our world-class athletes and contributors and teams, and you see some of them here, and there are 200 and so others that you can read about in there. We have so many world-class individuals here. World-class in almost every sport you can think of. And it's kind of remarkable that Cambridge can field athletes in so many different sports at such a high level. And we wanted to have a world-class Sports Hall of Fame, a community Sports Hall of Fame. And I think we've been doing that. We keep trying to aspire to that with the help of the City of Cambridge, the Cambridge Center, and so many other sponsors, and because of all of you and the people of Cambridge. And we just acknowledge your interest in the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame. When somebody broke into the cabinets, the outpouring of emotion was so pervasive throughout the community, and we thank you for all of that. Where are we now in 2024 with almost 220 inductees, and we've got this new sort of store which we love, and we're always looking for new ways to display our artifacts and tell the stories of our sports personalities. And who knows what the future is going to hold in terms of different want to leave with this. In addition to the thanks to everybody in the community for the support, we're also looking for new people to come onto our committee. You know, the opportunities are endless, and they're only limited by our imagination. So we've got all sorts of artifacts and incredible world-class stories. I mean, I could go on and tell stories about everyone here, I think, in terms of interesting things that happened, but some of those things are on the plaque, so you could read them online, you could read them in here. But if you know young people or younger people, I was young when we started this thing, and now it's but if there are any younger people that are interested and they have skills and just a desire to help out with something like this, and to write or to take photographs or to tell the stories, or if somebody's good with web design or digital types of things and social media, by all means come out and approach us. We'd love to have you help us and love for you to be a part of it. The experience would be immeasurable, and it would help you in other facets of life, and it would also help your city as well. So thank you so much. Congratulations to all the other inductees. I feel just honored to be here, and thank you all for joining us.
Just a quick reminder, Cambridge Sports Awards, they will be celebrating Cambridge's elite athletes, teams, contributors, and sports organization. That'll be happening on Friday, November 1st at the Toyota Room of the Cambridge Arts Center. Planning's still underway, but you'll be able to check out the times and order your tickets on their website or on their social media sites in September. They celebrated their 50th anniversary last year with a very successful banquet. Their 50-plus page program chronicles the history, the winners, their stories, and the photos of Cambridge's amazing sporting excellence. The program was co-created by our Hall of Fame inductee, Dave Maneri. If you didn't get a copy, Sports Awards Committee members, they're here and selling them for $5. Proceeds will go to fund this year's upcoming celebration, so thank you very much for your support. I would like to wait till the end, but we're going to give a big hand to our new inductees into the Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame 2024. Jackie Brown, Jenny Jackson Burnett, Tommy Burns, Elizabeth William Johnson, Denise Bingham, Linda Johnson, Becky Ball, Mark Lawson, Bill Bauer, and David Manning. Be seated. All right. I now call upon Dave Maneri, because Dave has been up here from
And this year, I'd like to call Nina and Eric Wilson up here. They have given and contributed to our Sports Hall of Fame behind the scenes in extraordinary ways, and we want to show them a measure publicly of our appreciation. So, if Nina and Eric, are you here? Please come up.
Just a reminder that all of our inductees will receive your certificates in front of the stage. Photos will be taken by our photographer and relatives, friends, are also welcome to take photos. Tickets for the autographed Mitch Marner jersey still available. You can get those at the registration table. This marks the end of the 2024 Cambridge Sports Hall of Fame Induction Ceremony. Thank you for letting me once again MC this fantastic event. Congratulations again to all of our new inductees, and thank you all for attending this year's ceremony. We will see you next year. It's always the first Saturday of May. Have a great day. Thanks for coming out.